Hey guys, it's Kelly, Aaron, and Asmira here with Coldwell Banker ROX Realty. And I would say we're on location, but we're not really. We're just doing this because today we're going to talk a little bit about land and some of the things within our area that we have to deal with more often than maybe someone that's in a, more metropolitan type of area. So we're going to be talking about...
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Well, let me tell you.
I just showed up.
We were going to talk a little bit about septic systems and as well as well water, things like that not everyone deals with on a day-to-day basis. Right. I just got this email today, and you guys probably did too, and if you're a local realtor, I'm sure you got it as well. It's from ADEQ, which stands for
Arizona Department of Environmental Quality.
So they actually are in the process of updating their rules and regulations of the on-site wastewater treatment facilities, also known as septic systems.
So they're changing the rules.
They're just talking about changing the rules. So they're going to reevaluate what the rules are. Now, I've just gone through this actually on 2 different properties in the last couple weeks. And the current regulation, and actually it's written, I'll say it what they say because that way we'll be.
Okay.
It says anytime there's a transfer of ownership, buying or selling a property that is serviced by on-site wastewater treatment facility or conventional septic tank, the parties are required to complete an inspection and submit a notice of transfer.
Yep.
And per the Arizona contract, the seller is required to do that. Now, even if the property's bank owned, even if both parties don't necessarily feel like they want to do it, it is in the statutes of Arizona law. So kind of interesting that they're going to be starting to discuss that and maybe see if they're going to make any changes to that.
Yeah.
So, and I can tell you that the last one we had, because they couldn't find the clean out, took a little longer than normal, cost $600 for that. So, it can be a fairly big expense. Another agent was telling me that it took a couple days to locate some. That bill, I think she said, was $8,000.
Yeah, and in order to find septic, if you have land that maybe has not been occupied for a while, but you know that there's a septic tank out there, you do have to have running water.
And power.
In order to find the septic tank. So that's a few things. So it can get a little bit costly to locate it. But most of the times they're recorded with the county as well, so we know where they are. But
I had a deal where there were multiple septic tanks. And it was only disclosed that there was one. It was only disclosed that there was one, and then there ended up being 3.
Yeah.
So if you have any fun stories about septic that you want to share, or your opinion on if you like the current rule, do you think they should change it? Let us know. So, anything else you guys want to discuss today?
Were we going to talk about well water?
Oh, well water, yes.
What about it?
So what is a fun fact about well water? So if you have a well and it's shared, how many properties or how many houses can be hooked up to it? Do you know?
Well,
4.
In order to have
an
FHA financing, 4.
For FHA financing.
You may be able to have...
I think you can possibly squeeze in 5.
Oh, I was going to say 6, so I was wrong on that.
Maybe. Don't quote us on that.
Did you know that if you have a well and you want to get it inspected, it is a separate inspection to test the well than it is to test the water? Those are 2 different inspections.
Interesting.
One of them is to test the functionality of the well itself, and the other one is quality of the water.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I live on a well.
Oh.
She lives in a well.
In a well. I live on a property with a well. It's not great for your hair.
Anyway, just some fun little tidbits that we have to deal with. Not everything is sewer and city water and all of the normal things that most people deal with, but there are other fun things to living in this county.
Yeah.
So, if you guys have any questions, let us know.
I have another fun fact.
Oh, okay, we like this.
So I
kind of feel like this is like an inside joke that I don't really know what's going on.
It's not an inside joke. But before septic tanks, what did they use?
So I've had a VW bug bus or something was buried under the ground.
Cesspools.
Yeah. Oh, cesspools. Okay, or that. Not me personally.
Okay.
I have an owner
That's pretty
that
common.
they dug
Yes.
in. Like, yeah, they buried a VW bus, and that's
The cesspool.
what everything leached into.
That was the tank. Yep.
Yeah.
They exist.
They
There's
do.
still some properties where
So, how does that work with inspection? Does it pass?
no.
I just had to ask because how did it barely get like noticed now? Was it the
was-
same owner for many years?
Yes, for
Okay.
a long time. So like in Globe, for instance, was it Globe? Yeah, that I did a deal over there, and it was a cesspool, and it was pretty confusing
Interesting.
but the property was super old. It was like 1900s, and yeah, it was
Wow.
before septic or sewer. They had to get creative. They had
Yeah.
to do something else. So
There's also some things too that people, even if you live within city limits, you might assume that a property is hooked up to a sewer.
right,
But there
And
are
it's
some
not, yeah.
areas that are not. So, and there's different ways to test it. But yeah, you don't want to just assume
Right.
that it's on sewer. So, do your research. Buyer's due diligence.
yep.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
till next time. It's been fun chatting. We'll talk to you
Bye.
later.
Bye.